British and Greek automotive designer Alec Isagoras, who designed the Mini automobile, once said that a camel is a horse designed by committee. He's not lying. Hey everybody, Paul Turner here from thediscipleproject.net, and I've been serving students for over 30 years, and I want to help you build a successful youth ministry. Today I want to answer a question from one of our subscribers. Their name is blocked out, well, because this is the internet. They ask, can you talk about the issue of serving two masters? I'm especially thinking of churches where the bylaws say that you report to the lead pastor or the elders or deacons, but the church also has a youth committee that views their purpose as supervising you. How do you actually get things done and implement a vision for reaching and discipling youth and not let everything get bogged down in bureaucracy? Well, mystery subscriber, that's a very good question. See, I have worked under both a pastorate committee as well, and it was the worst experience I have ever had. Mostly because by that time, I had already had 20 years of youth ministry under my belt, and I knew how to get things done without a committee. You see, rogue agents like myself have managed to avoid churches with committees. But for the viewer who asked this question, and all of you that are suffering from ministry paralysis, let me offer you 8 keys to managing this two-headed monster known as the pastor and committee, or the committee-aster. First of all, acknowledge the challenge. You are where you are. Your pastor's here, your committee's here, you're in the middle. Take a deep breath. And then start to have a little empathy for both your pastor and the committee. So what are you talking about, Paul? I'm the one that needs the empathy. I understand. But if you start to consider the responsibilities your pastor has and the responsibility the committee has been endowed with, maybe you can start to feel a little something other than these people are out to get me. And nothing good comes out of paranoia. So empathy is the solution to feeling like these two forces are colliding in on you. So acknowledge the situation and then have some empathy for both groups. Number 2, focus on shared goals. Think of it like a Venn diagram. Draw some circles on a paper and put all the goals that your pastor has for the youth ministry. Then put all the goals that the committee has for the youth ministry. And then put all your goals in the middle that you have for the youth ministry. Is there any overlap? It could be that the committee's goals and the pastor's goals don't align. And they might not even know that they don't align. But as you're beginning to process this, and you have to listen to both sides to know what their goals are, because the more data you have, then the more you can show that there are conflicting goals. Number 3, open communication. You initiate the conversations. Don't wait for them to come to you. You're the one seeking their advice. You're the one seeking after their knowledge. You're the one seeking after their opinions. And that way they don't have to bring their opinions to you. But all the while you're taking these notes and putting them on the Venn diagram so that after a time you can get a clear picture of what both sides want and are they in agreement. So schedule coffee once a month or once a quarter with your pastor, and once a month, once a quarter with somebody from your committee, and have good conversation with them. It doesn't even have to be about youth ministry, but you're going to have some time with them because you want to get to know them, and in this way they get to know you. Number 4, clarity on roles and responsibilities. I think that as you have coffee with each side, you're going to find out who you really report to or who they think you really report to. And it gives you an opportunity to ask questions. See, that's a key, is asking questions. Say, put yourself in my position. If you felt like you had 2 bosses or 2 responsibilities, how would you do this? So instead of struggling to kind of get your way, get each of these groups to see it from your perspective. And if they can do that, well, then maybe that solves your problem because they know that you're struggling with it. And the emphasis is not on how to make your job easier. It's about how to make the youth ministry more effective, how to reach more kids for Jesus, how to disciple them. That's the goal. So do your best to frame the question about roles and responsibilities in such a way that they can see things from your side and they are able to give their input. And in doing this, you might find out that each side hasn't put themselves in your shoes and will work a little bit harder to do so. Hey, listen, if you're still watching and are brand new to the channel, I'd love for you to join this channel by hitting the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon, all the things so that you don't miss a video, unless, of course, you have to take this request to your committee. And in that case, I'll see you in 3 months. Number 4, vision alignment. You have a vision for the youth ministry. You want to see things move forward. The question is it in line with the church's vision? And is the committee in line with the church's vision? Are they in line with the pastor's vision? You have to get buy-in from both parties so that they understand the things you're wanting to do are in alignment with what they want to do. You have to show them that, listen, I'm trying to keep on mission with what the church is trying to do. And you have to help both parties see that in clarifying roles and responsibilities and all the things we talked about, they're actually pushing the mission forward. And part of getting that buy-in is getting both sides to believe that it's their idea to push the ministry forward. Number 5, collaboration. You have to frame the youth committee as a supportive body. Once again, it goes back to not thinking that everybody's out to get you, which is easy to do, by the way. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying it's easy to feel like these people don't want me to do my job. Not only do they not want me to do my job, they want me to do my job badly. So you have to take the approach of collaboration. Not just ownership, like, let me do what I want, but more so that, hey, look, I need your feedback. I want you to help me implement the vision of the church, which we've already defined. So how can I do that best to both satisfy the committee and the pastor, so that the real benefactor of all our discussions is the youth ministry? Number 7, focus on the outcomes. Update both groups on the ministry's progress. So like I said, don't wait for them to come to you to ask questions. Always bring the data to them. Use testimonies, use pictures, use all the things you have, all the tools that are in your toolbox to make a report or to show them visually what is happening in the youth ministry. If you're not already updating your pastor once a week about the numbers or issues or those type of things, start sending an email. Also to the committee. Just show them what is being done and how it aligns with the vision of the church. Number 8, remember, it's about balance, right? It's a balancing act. You're trying to keep these two parties happy, but you're also trying to accomplish what God's put in your heart. So finding the right balance between autonomy and accountability takes time and takes patience. But be persistent in building trust and open communication. You be the instigator of these conversations. Don't let them come to you. You go to them. And once you've practiced all these for 6 months or so and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, well, maybe it's time to have a come to Jesus moment where you have the pastor and the committee and yourself together in a room and you have to hash it out like grown-up people. But always keep the focus on the youth. How does this impact the youth? How does this help the youth? How does this hurt the youth? How does this keep from the vision moving forward of seeing kids come to Christ and students being discipled? Put those real world things into the conversation so everybody understands the stakes. Not just you don't get to do what you want to do, but all these decisions are impacting the forward progress of the gospel and of the ministry. But those are my thoughts. I'd like to hear what you think. Have you served under a pastor committee two-headed monster? How did you navigate that? What do you think about the tips I offered? What would you add to the conversation that would help this viewer navigate their two-headed monster? Leave me some comments down below. Unless, of course, you have to take that to a committee. And then I'll read your comment in 3 months. And if you want more advice on youth ministry subjects just like this, well, I'll put a playlist right here. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, I do offer coaching. And I'll put some links down below to my coaching services if you'd like to have a conversation with me on how to make a successful youth ministry. We'll see you guys in the next video.